So where are the others? Why the attendance is less today? I think they may be joining. Okay, so in the last lecture, we have seen the law of parallelogram of forces. So law of parallelogram of forces, you know the formula right now. If two forces are there, P and Q, then their resultant will be R is equal to under root P square plus 2 Q square plus 2PQ cos theta. This is the resultant. In that way, we can find out. And alpha is equal to what? Tan inverse Q sin theta upon P plus Q cos theta. So by using the law of parallelogram of forces, you can find out the resultant of two force and their angle also, direction also. So the next point is triangle law of forces. After this parallelogram law, next is the triangle law. Triangle law of forces. So first of all, I will write the statement. While writing it down, you will understand. It is very easy. So if two forces, if two forces are represented, if two forces are represented in magnitude and direction, in magnitude and direction by two adjacent sides, two adjacent sides of a triangle, then the third side, of triangle, then the third side of triangle represents resultant in magnitude and direction, So very simple law is there. So what this law says, if two forces are represented in magnitude and direction by two adjacent sides of a triangle, then the third side of a triangle represents the resultant in magnitude and direction. Okay, so the third side of that triangle will give you the magnitude of the resultant. So now if I draw the diagram of this, suppose now this is the force P, then the next force, this is the force Q. Suppose now this is the force Q. Okay, this is the force Q. So if you give the name, this is my force Q, this is the force P. Now these two forces are represented by the two sides of a triangle taken in order. Then the third side will represent the resultant. Okay, so now if I join it like this is the third side. This third side will gives you the resultant. So this is the resultant R. This is the resultant of these two forces P and Q. And the angle of resultant alpha is this angle with horizontal. This angle is the direction of the resultant alpha. Alpha is the direction of the resultant and R is the resultant. So this is the triangle law of forces. So when two forces are represented in magnitude and direction by two adjacent sides of a triangle, that is this P and Q force, then the third side of the triangle, this is the third side of the triangle, represents the resultant. So this will be your resultant in magnitude and direction. If you measure this and multiply by the scale, then you will get the magnitude of resultant. And this is the angle, you can measure the angle. So this is the direction. So this is the law of triangle law of forces. Next law is law of polygon of forces. Next is the law of or polygon law of forces. Next is polygon law of forces. Now next is the polygon law of forces. So in polygon law of forces, what does it say is that when the number of forces are acting on a body, it represents by the adjacent sides of the polygon in magnitude and direction. Then the closing side of the closing line of the polygon represents the resultant in magnitude and direction. Okay. So I will first of all write it when number of forces when number of forces are acting on on the body are acting on the body acting on the body are represented by by adjacent sides adjacent sides of polygon in magnitude and direction then the closing line of the polygon represents resultant in magnitude and direction. So what does it mean? That I will tell you. So now if we draw one polygon, so now in the polygon, suppose this is force P, this is the force P, which is shown by one of the side of polygon. The next force is Q. After P it is Q, then R. If another force is there, S, and then one more force is there, T. Suppose in this way the forces are given. So I will give the name P, Q, then instead of R we use for resultant. So I will use here T, then S, and here M. Okay. So these are the forces. These are the forces which are acting. So which is our starting point? This point is our starting point. Okay, and this is the end point. So the line joining the starting point and end point, it is called as closing line. So according to this law, if the number of forces are acting on the body and those forces are represented by the adjacent sides of the polygon, which I have shown here right now, adjacent sides of the polygon, in magnitude and direction, then the closing line. Closing line means what? The line which joining the start point and end point. That is called as closing line. So this is the closing line. So this closing line will represent the resultant. This closing line will represent the resultant. So if I draw over here, then this is the resultant. This line will be the resultant. So this is your resultant R. This is the resultant R. And this is the angle alpha of the resultant with horizontal. So this is the angle alpha. Okay. Or you can take here also the angle. This angle also with horizontal also you can consider the angle. So in this way you can calculate the resultant when the number of forces are acting on a body. When the number of forces are acting on the body, all these are the laws are for the graphical methods. And graphical methods are not asked in the examination, but for your knowledge and information I am telling you these things. So except parallelogram law, in that the formulas are there, so you can evaluate it. But for triangle law of forces and for polygon law of forces, these are used for the graphical methods only. Okay. When we want to find out the resultant by using the graphical method, then most of the times we go for the law of polygon of the forces, because whenever more than two forces are there, then we have to go for the law of polygon. And whenever only two forces are there, then by using triangle law of forces, we can find out the result. Graphically, I am talking about graphical method. And for analytically, if we want to calculate, then for two number of forces, we can use the law of parallelogram of force. And for number of forces, I will tell you later on how to do analytically. So these are the three important laws, that is the law of parallelogram of forces, triangle law of forces, and polygon law of forces. Now hereafter, next bit is resolution of the force.
लेझर राहिले सर.
काय झालं?
पेज राहिले.
हे लिहायचं राहिलंय का?
back page.
You are not in the proper range. Can you type the message? I'm not able to hear you. What are you speaking?
ह्याच्या मागचं पेज दाखवा.
Okay. This is the last page. All of you have taken down the notes. Always you do one thing, whenever the page is there now, at the last moment you can take the screenshot also. Take the screenshot and also take down the notes, so that you will not miss any of the point. In the last lecture only, I have told you about the notes. Whatever we are writing over here, those are your notes. Okay? Because I have observed that these things which are given to you, it is in a simpler manner. If you referred any other notes and any other books, the notations are different, somewhat the methodology is different, you will get confused. Okay? So don't expect that anything extra notes and everything is there. These are the very good notes which I am giving you right now in the lectures. So every day, if you write down those material, whatever there in the lecture, then it will be more than sufficient for you, for your examination and for application part also. Okay. So always, that is why I am telling you, while I am writing, you should write and take it as a notes.
सर लिहून झालं.
झालं? Okay. So now, next point. Next is the resolution of force. This is very important. Resolution of force. आता पहिल्यांदा मी तुम्हाला सांगतो की why this is required. What is the resolution of the force and why this is required. Okay. Now suppose a block is there, okay, and if I tell you on this block two forces are acting, one is of 5 kilonewton, another is of 5 kilonewton, like this, okay, both of these forces are 5 kilonewton, 5 kilonewton. One more case we will take. Suppose now the same box is there, but now on this box again two forces are acting, which are acting in this way. Okay, these are the two forces which are acting on this block, and both of 5 kilonewton. This is of 5 kilonewton, this is of 5 kilonewton. Okay. Now if I ask you the question, so this is our diagram number 1, this is our diagram number 2. So refer the diagram number 1 and let me know what is the resultant of this system for first block. What is the resultant?
10 kilonewton.
10 kilonewton. Okay, so your answer is 10 kilonewton is the resultant. How you have found out this resultant? You have add these two. So because both are on the same line of same direction, both are acting in the same direction. In the second case, similarly, if I ask you the question, what is the resultant? Then what is the resultant in the second case?
10 kilonewton.
10 kilonewton. Okay. 10 kilonewton. This is upward asnare ha resultant, and this resultant will be on this side. Okay. Now the third type. Now if I tell you, this is the block. This is the block. Now on this block, suppose one force is acting in this way, horizontally, okay, and another force, and the second force is acting in this way, okay, and I will also give you the angle of inclination. Suppose now this angle with horizontal of this force, this angle of horizontal with this of the force is 30 degrees, suppose. Now this force is also 5 kilonewton and this force is also 5 kilonewton. 3 number diagram. Now can you tell me what is the resultant of this? जसं तुम्ही पहिल्या डायग्रामचा आणि दुसऱ्या डायग्रामचा आन्सर मला सांगितलं ना, the way you have given me the answer for diagram number 1 and diagram number 2. Now think about diagram number 3 and what is the difficulty over here? Can you tell me? Or you can give the resultant as a 10 kilonewton. किती येईल याचा रिझल्टंट? 10 येईल का सांगा, आधी मला एवढंच सांगा. Is the resultant of this third force system is 10 kilonewton? Yes or no?
No, sir. No, sir.
No.
Yes, sir.
So the resultant is not 10 kilonewton for the third case. Okay. Why it is not 10 kilonewton? काय प्रॉब्लेम आहे? वर तर तुम्ही ऍड केले की सरळ सरळ 5 + 5 10, इकडे पण 5 + 5 10 दोन्ही डायग्राम मध्ये. तिसऱ्यामध्ये का करत नाहीये मग?
They are not in the same line.
Parallel line.
They are not in same line. आता तुम्ही पॉइंट वरती आला. आता बघा मी काय सांगतोय ते नीट ऐका. See, this is not in same line means what? In first case, if you see, the forces are parallel to x-axis. Am I right? In first case, if you see, forces are parallel to x-axis. In next case, if you see, forces are parallel to y-axis. But in the third case, if you see, one force is parallel to x-axis, but another force, it is not parallel to x-axis and it is also not parallel to y-axis. Neither it is parallel to x-axis nor it is parallel to y-axis. So that is why you cannot add that force directly and you can find out the resultant. Are you getting my point? That is why you cannot directly add this force and you cannot find the resultant. So to resolve this problem, there is a one procedure that is called as resolution of forces. So the resolution of forces comes into the picture. So basically, the concept of resolution of force, it is used for the inclined forces, which is inclined at an angle theta. The concept of resolution of the force, it is used for inclined forces only. It is not used for the horizontal forces or vertical forces. That is the forces parallel to x and the forces parallel to y. For those forces, the resolution of force concept is not used, but forces which are inclined at some angle theta, for that this resolution of force is used. Is it clear now why the resolution of force is required?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now moving further, what is the resolution of force that I will tell you right now. See, कसं करायचं बघा आता resolution of force म्हणजे काय नेमकं आणि कसं करायचं. So now if I draw one surface and if I take one point on this surface, this is the point. Okay, so this is the point. So now suppose on this point the force is acting, this is the force which is acting like this. This force is acting like this. Okay. Just 1 minute. Then suppose the magnitude of this force is 10 kilonewton. Suppose the magnitude of this force is 10 kilonewton and it is inclined at an angle 30 degree. Ata, if you see this force of 10 kilonewton inclined at an angle of 30 degree, you can say that this force is not parallel to x-axis. It is neither parallel to x-axis nor parallel to y-axis. Okay, so we cannot add or subtract this force directly while finding out the resultant. So we cannot add or subtract this force directly while finding out the resultant. So this method of resolution of the force is come into the picture. In the method of resolution of the force, what we do, we resolve this force along two directions, x direction and y direction. One of the component of the force is along the x direction, another component of the force is along the y direction. Okay, and those components we will take for the further calculation. So now if I want to resolve the force, this force, what will I do? पहिल्यांदा काय करायचं बघा. First of all, see that where is the direction of the force? It is towards the point or away from point? It is away from point. So it is the tensile force. It is the tensile force. Then see the point of application of the force. Where is the force applied? So this is the point of application of the force. This point, red point, is the point of application of the force. So from the point of whatever I am telling, listen carefully. From point of application of the force, draw one line parallel to x-axis, draw another line parallel to y-axis. Okay, but while drawing these two lines, you must draw these two lines. कोण आहे ते? तुम्ही माइक वगैरे ऑफ ठेवा की. हा, the lectures are getting recorded. So please do not do such a things. And it will also break my link also. So now this is the point of application. What we need to do, we have to draw one line parallel to x-axis and another line parallel to y-axis. But while drawing these two lines, we have to take care that this main force, this 10 kilonewton force, will come in between those two lines. It should come in between those two lines. मग आता या केस मध्ये तुम्हाला मी दाखवतो. आता म्हणजे काय करायचं मराठीत एकदा सांगतो. फोर्सची डायरेक्शन आधी बघा. फोर्स कॉम्प्रेसिव्ह आहे का टेन्साईल आहे हे बघा. त्याच्यानुसार तुम्हाला फोर्सची डायरेक्शन कळेल. त्याच्यानंतर पॉइंट ऑफ ऍप्लिकेशन बघा. त्या पॉइंट ऑफ ऍप्लिकेशन पाशी जायचं आणि तिथून एक लाईन एक्स ला पॅरलल ड्रॉ करायची, एक लाईन वाय ला पॅरलल ड्रॉ करायची. आणि त्या दोन्ही लाईन ड्रॉ करताना ही काळजी घ्यायची की तुमचा हा जो फोर्स आहे 10 किलोन्यूटनचा, जो मी ग्रीन ह्याच्याने दाखवलाय, तो फोर्स हा तुमच्या त्या दोन्ही एक्स आणि वाय जे पॅरलल लाईन्स आहेत ना त्यांच्यामध्ये यायला पाहिजे. आता इथं या केसमध्ये जर मी असं केलं तर नाउ दिस इज अवर पॉइंट ऑफ ऍप्लिकेशन. फ्रॉम हिअर I will draw one line parallel to x-axis. Okay. then second line parallel to y axis. हे बघा अशी आहे ना. So now check whether your conditions are satisfied or not. ह्याचा arrow कुठे आहे? Away, tensile आहे. Okay, so this is the tensile force. So you should show the arrow of these two forces also, same arrow of this force. So these two also away. So now we have drawn these two lines, these two component forces. These are called as the components of this force. So these two are the components which we have drawn. One is parallel to x-axis, one is parallel to y-axis. आणि हे बघा तुमचा हा जो फोर्स आहे 10 किलोन्यूटनचा, हा दोन्ही या निळ्या फोर्सच्या मध्ये येतोय. हा या दोन्ही निळ्या फोर्सच्या मध्ये येतोय. असं काढायचं नाही. बघा इथं अजून एकदा मी तुम्हाला अजून एक काढून दाखवतो. ही जर समजा तुमची लाईन आहे, ओके, आणि हा जर इथं तुमचा पॉइंट आहे, इथं कुठेतरी पॉइंट आहे, आणि हा तुमचा फोर्स आहे असा 10 किलोन्यूटनचा. आणि जर मला याला रिझॉल्व्ह करायचं आहे, समजा मी एक्स कॉम्पोनंट ड्रॉ केला, तर हा एक्स कॉम्पोनंट बरोबर समजा मी इकडे ड्रॉ केला. दिस इज माय एक्स कॉम्पोनंट. ओके, x direction component. Then for y direction component I can draw it like this also, no? बरोबर आहे. असं दाखवायचं नाही. दिस इज रॉंग. असं दाखवायचं नाही, दाखवायचं असं. कळलं का? दिस इज नॉट राईट. दिस इज रॉंग. व्हाय इट इज रॉंग? बिकॉज दिस इज युअर मेन फोर्स. This is your main force and these two are your components. You have to draw the parallel to x and y in such a way that this main force should come in between these two components. इथं बघा बरं, हा तुमचा जो मेन फोर्स आहे तो या दोन कंपोनेंटच्या मध्ये आलेला आहे. So this resolution is right. Are you getting my point? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
समजलंय का आतापर्यंत जे काही मी सांगितलं ते?
Yes, sir.
ओके. तर अजून एकदा सांगतो. 10 kilonewton my force is there, angle is 30 degree. Always see the acute angle for resolution. Note down the important point. While resolving the force, your angle must be less than 90 degree. जर एका बाजूला तुम्हाला 90 डिग्री पेक्षा जास्त अँगल, कमी अँगल मिळत नसेल विथ हॉरिझॉन्टल, तर दुसऱ्या बाजूचा अँगल घ्या. कारण टोटल बेरीज 180 असते ना. जर तुमचा एक 90 पेक्षा जास्त असेल तर दुसऱ्या बाजूचा अँगल बरोबर 90 पेक्षा कमी येणार आहे. सो हिअर व्हॉट यू नीड्स टू डू, युअर अँगल मस्ट बी ऑलवेज ॲक्यूट अँगल. फर्स्ट पॉइंट. सेकंड पॉइंट, whatever is the direction of your main force, whatever the direction of your main force, that should be the direction of your component forces. Same direction. Don't change the direction. Third point, always see the point of application and resolve the forces only from the point of application. Resolve the forces only from the point of application. इथून तिथून मला वाटेल तिथनं रिझॉल्व्ह केलेलं चालत नाही. Okay, so always resolve the force from the point of application. So what you needs to do, from the point of application, draw one line parallel to x-axis, draw another line parallel to y-axis, and while drawing these two lines, you should take care that your main force should come in between these two components. Your main force should come in between these two components. Once you do this thing, then it is okay, it is fine. मग आता हॉरिझॉन्टल फोर्स किती असणार आणि वर्टिकल फोर्स किती असणार. नाउ द क्वेश्चन अरायझेस, व्हॉट इज द मॅग्निट्यूड ऑफ दिस हॉरिझॉन्टल फोर्स and what is the magnitude of this vertical force? So to take the magnitude, what I will do, just follow the things what I am going to tell you. See, what is the magnitude of this force? It is 10 kilonewton. What is the magnitude of this force? 10 kilonewton. So what I will do, I will write 10 here and I will write 10 here also. Okay. So इथं 10 आहे ना, दोघांना 10 लिहून टाकलं मी. Then this angle is 30 degree. This is the angle of this 10 kilonewton force with horizontal. This 30 degree angle, आता मला now you tell me, this 30 degree angle, it is subtended between your force of 10 kilonewton and horizontal component. This 30 degree angle, हा जो 30 degree angle आहे, हा कुणाच्या मध्ये, हा अँगल हा x component बरोबर आलेला आहे काय y component बरोबर आलेला आहे?
X component.
x component बरोबर. तर लक्षात ठेवा, ज्या कंपोनंट बरोबर अँगल आलेला असेल त्याला कॉस देऊन टाकायचं, त्याला द्यायचं कॉस आणि राहिलेल्याला म्हणायचं साइन, उरलेल्याला काय म्हणायचं साइन. सो द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ दिस एक्स कॉम्पोनंट इज 10 cos 30 and value of this y component is 10 sin 30. Okay, so here you should remember this 30-degree angle, हे angle खूप महत्वाचा आहे. This angle will play a very crucial role. This 30-degree angle, this is the angle of this 10 kilonewton force, and this angle it is subtended with the horizontal component. हा angle बघा, तुमचा हा ग्रीन फोर्स आणि ह्या हॉरिझॉन्टल कॉम्पोनंट एक्स कॉम्पोनंट ह्याच्या मधला हा अँगल आहे. मग ज्या कॉम्पोनंटच्या मध्ये जवळ हा अँगल असेल त्या कॉम्पोनंटला कॉस द्यायचं आणि उरलेल्याला काय करायचं साइन म्हणायचं. उरलेला कुठला कॉम्पोनंट द्यायचा साइन द्यायचं. मग ह्याची व्हॅल्यू काय झाली 10 cos 30. काय जी व्हॅल्यू येईल ते येईल 9.8 9.9 व्हॉट एव्हर मे बी, and value of this is 10 sin 30. Sin 30 is 0.5. 10 sin 30 म्हणजे ह्या किती आला 5. Okay, so this is called as the resolution of the force. This is called as the resolution of the force. And once you resolve the force, then for the further calculation you need not take this, there is no need to take this main force. We will take only the components for the further calculation. We will take only the components for the further calculation. Okay, so is it understood
Yes, sir.
completely?
Yes.
काय आवाज येणार मला काय कळलं नाही नेमकं, दोघं तिघच म्हणायला लागले.
Yes, sir.
ओके, आता मी तुम्हाला एक प्रॉब्लेम देतो म्हणजे फोर्स देतो आणि तुम्ही मला सांगायचं रिझॉल्व कसा होतोय. सो नाऊ वन मोर एक्सरसाइज ऑन दिस इज व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट पार्ट, दॅट इज वाय आय एम टेलिंग यू अगेन अँड अगेन. हे बेसिक आहे, हे जर कळलं नाही तर पुढचं काय कळत नाही. सो नाऊ दिस इज माय पॉइंट ऑफ ऍप्लिकेशन. And when force is acting, this is the force which is acting on this point. This is the force, and the angle of this force from this side, this angle is 20 degree, and now this force is of 10 kilonewton. हा, स्टेप बाय स्टेप मला सांगायचं हळूहळू काय काय करणार, काय काय बघायचं आणि काय काय नाही सांगा मला. चला.
So first point where the force is applied. Second point direction of the force. त्याच्यात आपण
Ha, okay, the first point is where the force is applied. So here the force is applied. This is the point of application of the force. Second thing is the direction of the force. Direction of the force is towards the point. So it is the compressive force. Okay. Ha, now third point. काय करायचं मग आता?
We have to draw parallel to the x-axis and y-axis.
Okay, so we have to draw parallel to the x-axis and y-axis. एवढंच का? ठीक आहे, मी पॅरलल ड्रॉ करतो बघा. सो पॅरलल टू एक्स ऍक्सिस, ठीक आहे मी इकडे ड्रॉ केलं पॅरलल टू एक्स ऍक्सिस आणि पॅरलल टू वाय ऍक्सिस, तर मी इकडे ड्रॉ केलं. हा चला, पॅरलल टू वाय ऍक्सिस झालं का?
सर हे
Arrow extend करा. Arrow extend करा.
काय कराय?
arrow extend करा.
Arrow extend करा.
मध्ये अँगल आला पाहिजे.
आर ला एक्सटेंड करा. ओके, म्हणजे ह्याला इथं घेऊन जायचं म्हणताय तुम्ही.
Yes.
So see, we need to draw one line parallel to x-axis and one line parallel to y-axis. Okay, but in that you should draw these two lines in such a way that your main component should come in between those two. त्या आर ला हलवत बसायचं नाही तुम्ही. हे कॉम्पोनंट ड्रॉ करताना असे ड्रॉ करायचे की हा जो आहे हा त्या दोघांच्या मध्ये यायला पाहिजे. Although it is according to law of transmissibility of force, you can move this what we can say force. Okay, but still while resolving the force, remember one thing, that your resultant force will remain as it is there, and you have to what we can say draw the components in such a way that your main force should come in between those two components. Okay, so now what I will do in this case, I will draw the lines. See, sorry, so I will draw the lines. Now this is my main component. So one line parallel to x. So here the one line parallel to x. One line parallel to y. So the one line parallel to y will be like this. Okay, आला का दोन लाईनच्या मध्ये फोर्स?
हो sir.
Yes.
Clear now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see the direction of the force. Now where is the direction of the force? The direction of the force is towards the point. Now ह्याची जर direction towards the point आहे, then I will give the direction of these components also in the same direction. These directions also towards the point. These directions also towards the point. Now my next step is what I am going to do. I will see the magnitude of this force. Now what is the magnitude of this force? 10 kilonewton. So I will write here 10 and here also 10. दोघांना 10 मी देऊन टाकले. Now I am going to see the angle. Now this angle is 20 degree. Now if you observe carefully, this 20 degree angle, it is subtended between your resultant force and x component. It is not subtended between y component. इकडे अँगल दिलाय का? नाही. इकडे दिला असता तर ह्याला कॉस दिला असता आपण. अँगल कुणाच्या जवळ दिलेला आहे? x ला दिलेला आहे. Okay. Angle is near to x. It is subtended between your resultant and x component. मग कॉस कुणाला द्यायचा?
X ला.
x ला. समजलं? ज्याच्या जवळ अँगल आहे त्याला कॉस थिटा देऊन टाकायचा. So this is cos of 20 and the remaining is sin of 20. साइन आणि कॉस दोनच येणार आहेत. एकदा तुमचं हे फिक्स झालं की कॉस कोणाला द्यायचा आहे, की राहिलेल्याला काय करायचं? साइन देऊन टाकायचं. इज इट क्लिअर?
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
आणि चुकून सुद्धा असं लक्षात ठेवू नका की सगळे हॉरिझॉन्टल फोर्सेसला कॉस येतंय, सगळ्या व्हर्टिकल कंपोनंटला साइन येतंय, असं लक्षात ठेवू नका. समजलं? हे अँगल नेहमी बघायचं आहे, लक्षात ठेवा. ऑलवेज यू नीड टू सी दिस अँगल. हे बघा इथं काय, if this 30 degree angle is with this x component, so for this x component we have given the cos and the remaining component is sin. Now this 20 degree angle, if you see, this angle is with this component, x component. So this x component we have given their cos and this is sin. Now the next point is, now the force is acting in a different way. Suppose this is the surface. This is the surface and in this way the force is acting. Force is acting like this. Again this force is of 10 kilonewton. And now the angle now the angle given, it is, this angle is 35 degree. Now tell me how to resolve this force. So what is your first step? What you are going to do? How you are going to resolve? कुणी पण सांगा.
Direction.
First, see the direction of the force. Okay, the direction of the force is away from the point. So this is the tensile force away from the point. Then see the point of contact. So if I go to the point of contact, this is the point of contact, point of application. We can say point of application and point of contact is the same thing. This is the point. मग नेक्स्ट स्टेप काय पुढची? आता रिझॉल्व करायचंय मला. याला कसं करणार?
Y component.
Okay, draw one line parallel to x axis, another line parallel to y axis. Okay, I will draw both the lines. तुम्ही जसं सांगताय तसं करतो मी आता. So I will draw both the lines. See, one line parallel to x. तुम्ही बघा बरोबर लाईन ड्रॉ केल्यात का नाही. And another line parallel to y. I will draw it. Okay, हे ड्रॉ केल्या. आता हे जे मी दोन्ही लाईन पॅरलल ड्रॉ केलेल्या आहेत, ह्या बरोबर आहेत का चुकीच्या आहेत?
बरोबर आहे.
कशावरून तुम्ही सांगितलं बरोबर आहेत? कारण की तुमचा हा जो मेन फोर्स आहे, युअर मेन फोर्स ऑफ दिस 10 kilonewton रिझल्टंट फोर्स, इट इज इन बिटवीन दिस टू लाईन्स. सो इट इज करेक्ट. Now see the arrow. See the direction of 10 kilonewton force. It is tensile away from the point. So these forces are also having the same direction. Okay. Having the same direction. At the magnitude. What is the magnitude of this force? 10 kilonewton. So I will write here 10 and here also 10. दोघांना मी 10 लिहून टाकलं. Now see, this angle is 35 degree. This angle is 35 degree. Now let me know where is cos, which component is cos and which component is sine.
Y component is cos.
Y component.
आता इथं हा जो अँगल आहे ना 35 degree. Now this angle is with y component. So you have to give cos for y component. This is cos 35. Remaining काय राहिलं मग sin 35 इकडे आलं. म्हणून मी तुम्हाला मगाशी सांगितलं नेहमी सगळे हॉरिझॉन्टल कॉस असते व्हर्टिकल साइन असते असलं काय लक्षात ठेवू नका. इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन द अँगल फ्रॉम वेअर यू आर कन्सिडरिंग द अँगल दॅट मॅटर्स. फ्रॉम वेअर यू आर कन्सिडरिंग द अँगल दॅट मॅटर्स. सो द हॉरिझॉन्टल कॉम्पोनंट इज 10 sin 35 and the vertical component is 10 cos 45. हे एवढं जे काय मी आता तुम्हाला सांगितलेलं आहे हे समजलं आहे का? इज इट क्लिअर?
Yes, sir.
व्यवस्थित समजलंय?
Yes, sir.
कन्फ्युजन काय नाही ना याच्यात?
नाही.
Okay. So we will take down some theory about the resolution of force and then we will move to the numericals. So resolution of force. So already I have explained what is the resolution of force. Now just we will take down this somewhat theory so that it will be better for you when you do the self study. You will have this material to read. So resolution of force, the way of representing single force into the number of forces गायत्री पाटील, म्यूट युअर माइक. जेव्हा तुम्ही मला उत्तर देताय और whenever you want to say something or whenever you are giving the answer and when you are giving the attendance, at these 3 times only unmute yourself, otherwise be on the mute mode, okay, so that this class will not get disturbed. So the way of representing the single force into the number of forces without changing their effects on the body is called as resolution of the force. Okay. So composition of force and resolution of force are two opposite processes. These two are the opposite processes. Composition of force मध्ये what we will do in the composition of force, there number of forces are there and we replace those number of forces by a single force, and that single force will produce the same effect as that of number of forces. So that single force we called it as a resultant, and this process is known as the composition of forces. Now when you think about the resolution of forces, so resolution of forces is exactly opposite to that of the composition of the forces. Okay. So in the resolution of forces, this is a single force is already there with you, but that single force is inclined force and you want the forces in either in x direction or in y direction. So what you do, you split that single force into number of components. Without changing their effect on the body. That is called as the resolution of force. Okay. सो नंबर ऑफ फोर्सेसचा एक फोर्स करणे, रिझल्टंट तयार करणे म्हणजे त्याला म्हणायचं कंपोजिशन. आणि ऑलरेडी एक फोर्स आहे त्याला दोन कंपोनेंट मध्ये डिव्हाइड करणे त्याला म्हणायचं रिझोल्युशन. ओके, सो दीज आर द टू थिंग्स, रिझोल्युशन ऑफ फोर्सेस अँड कंपोजिशन ऑफ फोर्सेस. So some important points are there in the resolution of forces. I will write here. It is better if you note down these points. So the heading of this point is note. Note म्हणजे नीट लक्ष द्या जरा या पॉइंट कडे असं. So now first point you should note it down. For resolution always consider acute angle. Acute angle means what?
Less than 9.
Correct. Acute angle means less than 90 degree. Always your angle must be less than 90 degree. Then vertical and horizontal forces need not to be resolved. Okay, so if already the given force is horizontal force or the given force is the vertical force, then there is no need to resolve that force. Already you got that force either in x direction or in y direction. समजतंय? जर दिलेला फोर्स हा इन्क्लाइन असला तरच त्याला रिझॉल्व्ह करा. दिलेला फोर्स हा हॉरिझॉन्टल असेल किंवा व्हर्टिकल असेल तर त्याला रिझॉल्व्ह करायची गरज नाही. ओके, सो नाउ दिस इज युअर पॉइंट नंबर 2. Then for forces in x direction, now I will tell you the sign convention. Third point is the sign convention. When to take the force as positive, when to take the force as negative. So that we will decide on this graph. म्हणजे काय करू आपण ग्राफ वरून ठरवू, म्हणजे तुम्हाला लक्षात ठेवावं लागणार नाही. See, if you see the graph, if I draw the graph, number system, coordinates. So origin will be this point. Origin is always this point. This is the origin. So 0 will be always here. This is your x-axis. This is y-axis. This is minus y and minus x. So आता हा origin आहे. आता मला सांगा x हा पॉझिटिव्ह कुठल्या डायरेक्शनला असतो? ओरिजिन पासून कुणीकडे गेल्यावरती पॉझिटिव्ह नंबर्स मिळतात तुम्हाला, डावीकडे का उजवीकडे? Right side. When you move towards the right hand side from the origin, then you will get the positive numbers. Then you will get the positive numbers. Okay. So from origin, if I move towards this side, okay, if I move towards the right hand side, then the positive numbers are there. So similarly, when the force is moving towards the right hand side, like this, then this force it is considered as positive. Okay. Similarly, if you see over here, this is the origin now, and if the force is moving towards the left hand side like this, okay, if it is moving towards the left hand side, then this is considered as negative. This is the sign convention, in which direction you should take the force as positive force or the force as a negative force. Algebraic sum, while doing the algebraic sum. So if it is moving towards right, you should take it as a positive. I am talking about horizontal forces now, right now. If the horizontal force is moving towards right, it is plus. If it is moving towards left, then it is minus. Is it clear?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Now we will talk about the vertical forces. Now same thing is applied for the vertical forces. Now you tell me, for the vertical forces, when it is plus and when it is minus, where is the positive y-axis?
Above the origin.
Above the origin. So when the force is moving in upward direction, when the force is moving in this direction like this, then this force is considered as a positive force. positive force, and when the force is moving in downward direction here, like this, in downward direction, then this force is considered as a negative force. And this force is considered as negative force to do the algebraic sum. So remember this is the sign convention. आणि remember काय करायची गरज नाही, तुम्ही कोऑर्डिनेट सिस्टीम तुमच्या लक्षात आहे ना, त्याच्यानुसारच आपण घेतलेलं. So there is not a much more difficult way over here to remember this. Okay, so when the force is moving towards right, plus, towards left, minus in case of horizontal forces, in case of vertical forces, upward forces plus, downward forces minus. Okay, so this is all about the resolution of force. I hope now you have taken down this, you have written down all these things. Okay, so the next point is, I think numericals are there. Next point, in the next lecture we will start with the numericals of current. Now from the next lecture we will start with the numericals of the law of parallelogram of forces. We will take the numericals on that. And after that I will tell you how to calculate the resultant of the number of forces analytically. Okay, so that we will see in the next lecture. So now today we will stop over here. Just 1 minute, I will bring the diary, give me the attendance so that I will take it down. Just 1 minute. Okay, so today date is 21st. FY division B. So option, start from roll number 1,
Present.
2,
Present, sir.
3,
Present, sir.
4,
Present, sir.
5,
Present, sir.
6. 6 is the 6 roll number is absent. Okay. Roll number 7,
Present, sir.
8,
Present, sir.
9. 9 is absent. 10,
Present, sir.
11,
Present, sir.
12. 9 is present. Okay. 9 is present. I have taken. So 10 is present.
Present, sir.
11,
Present, sir.
12, 13,
Present, sir.
14,
Present, sir.
15,
Present, sir.
16,
Present, sir.
17,
Present, sir.
18, 19,
Present, sir.
20,
Present, sir.
21,
Present, sir.
22, 23,
Present, sir.
24,
Present, sir.
25,
Present, sir.
26,
Present, sir.
27,
Present, sir.
28,
Present.
29,
Present, sir.
30,
Present, sir.
31, 32,
Present, sir.
33,
Present, sir.
34, 35,
Present, sir.
36,
Present, sir.
37,
Present, sir.
38,
Present, sir.
39,
Present, sir.
40,
Present, sir.
41,
Present, sir.
42, 43.
Present, sir. 42.
42 is present. 43.
Present, sir.
44.
Present, sir.
45. 46. 47.
Present, sir.
48.
Present, sir.
49.
Present, sir.
50. 51.
Present, sir.
52.
Present, sir.
53.
Present, sir.
54. 55. 56.
Present, sir.
57.
Present, sir.
Present,
55 present, sir.
58. 59. 60.
Present, sir.
61. 62. Okay, so roll number 18 is present and 46 is also present. Okay, so I will count the absent numbers. Check kara. Roll number 6, 12, 22, 31, 34, 34 नंतर 45, 45, 50, 58, 59, 61, 62. So these are the absent roll numbers for today's lecture. Okay. So who is Tirth Rathod? I am seeing the name. You have raised your hands. So that is roll number 18. So you change your name. Now in the participant, if you click on your name, then you will get the option for rename. And in the setting also, display name is the option. Somebody has told me in the last lecture. So if you change that display name, put your name and your roll number. Okay. So with this now, we will stop over here for today. In the next lecture, we will cover the numericals. Anybody wants to speak? And about that lecture in the teaching diary, up to tomorrow evening. Okay, I haven't get the time because of the BE lectures. So final year term end is there. So I was busy while teaching them. So what I will do, up to tomorrow evening, you check that teaching diary. I will upload all the lectures. Okay, right now only one lecture is there. Today I will upload all the lectures. Our 3-4 lectures I think we have conducted. So I will upload all of them. Okay. So I will stop here right now.